You just got two texts. One says, "Hey, loved hanging out yesterday." The other says, "We need to talk." Be honest, which one are you opening first? Which one are you still thinking about tonight? Yeah, the bad one. Every time. Here's the weird part. The good text might be way more true about how people actually feel about you, but your brain doesn't care. It treats the bad news like it's realer, heavier, more important. Today we're breaking down why your brain is basically wired to be a pessimist and how to outsmart it. Psychologists call this the negativity bias. Back in 1969, researchers found something simple but huge. Negative words and images grab our attention faster and hold on to it longer than positive ones. Show someone a snake next to a flower, and their brain lights up over the snake almost instantly. Why? Survival. If your ancestor ignored a beautiful sunset, no big deal. If they ignored a rustling bush that might be a predator, game over. Missing good news costs nothing. Missing bad news could cost your life. So evolution built us with a brain that's basically a smoke detector. It's way more okay with false alarms than missed threats. Problem is that smoke detector hasn't updated its settings in about 200,000 years. It still treats a rude email like a saber-toothed tiger. Here's where it gets even more interesting. It's not just that bad news grabs your attention, your brain actually weighs it more heavily in your decision-making. This is sometimes called loss aversion. Losing $20 feels worse than the pleasure of finding $20 feels good. Same amount, different emotional price tag. That's why one harsh comment on a video with 500 nice ones can ruin your whole day. Mathematically, it's 1 out of 501. Emotionally, your brain says it's basically the whole story. Now here's the part that really messes with people. Why bad news feels more true, not just more loud. Negative information feels more informative to our brains. Good news often confirms what we hope is true, so it feels expected, almost unremarkable. Bad news feels like it's revealing something hidden, something real that was lurking underneath. Our brains associate effort and surprise with truth. Compliments feel like fluff. Criticism feels like insight. Add to that the media and algorithms which learned this trick decades ago. Negative headlines get more clicks, more shares, more engagement. So you're not just fighting your own brain anymore, you're fighting a feed that's been optimized to feed that bias. So how do you fight a 200,000-year-old alarm system? First, name it when it happens. Just recognizing, oh, this is negativity bias talking, pulls you out of autopilot. Second, deliberately weigh the positives. Some psychologists recommend a 3-to-1 ratio. For every piece of criticism you replay in your head, force yourself to recall 3 genuine positives. It feels artificial at first. That's fine. You're not balancing emotions, you're correcting a faulty scale. Third, get curious about the source. Ask, is this bad news actually true and useful, or is it just loud? Loud and true aren't the same thing. Your brain isn't broken, it's just outdated software running on ancient hardware. The good news is, once you know the trick, you can catch it in real time. If this made you rethink that one comment you can't stop replaying, drop it in the comments, I want to hear it. And subscribe, because next week we're breaking down why we remember embarrassing moments way better than our wins, and what that's doing to your confidence.